Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with what I think is going to be a fairly quick video. That's my intent. Things were crazy today. Early in the day, I went to an exercise class and then stopped by the bank and had some unpleasant things to take care of and just kind of lost it and put myself into a kind of an immobile state of depression, I think you might call it. And then I had resigned myself to the fact that I was going to get this video made. And we're having some construction done on the deck, and they were doing something particularly noisy, and there were drills and hammers and all kinds of things going on. And I wasn't able to do anything then, and then things kind of got away. There were some family things to do, so I find myself at 8:40 on Wednesday night doing a video. Not just, if it was just for Challenge Accepted, that would be fine, but I'm also doing a lift of Kelsey Webster, who is celebrating her 2,000 subscriber milestone. And we're doing a hop, and I have to get my link in to the hop. So that's really it's inconsiderate of me to be this late. So I apologize in advance. What I'm doing for this, I'm choosing to lift this layout of hers, and hers is a lift of Vicky Duran. And I love her version. I love Vicky's too, but I picked this because it showcases, it has lots of different pattern papers and strips of them there, and mats behind the photo. And I'm working with a brand new kit, my How to Kill a Kit with Style kit, that's a mix of Sunkissed by Cocoa Vanilla Studios and Color Study by Vicky Boutin. So I'm working with the 6x8 pads, and I picked two patterns from Vicky Boutin, and they're double-sided, so it's 4 patterns total that'll be represented on there, both in the matting and the strips and so forth, or the matting, and the strips, and on the squares. And then I picked, I don't know, 4 or 5 papers from the stack from Cocoa Vanilla. And as you can see, I punched squares out and so forth. I punched the squares out with my handy punch, and I don't know how many inches this is, but I can't get 10 of these squares on there, so I think I'm just working with 8. I made a mistake on one. I put the adhesive on the printed side instead of on the white side, so I covered it up with a rainbow. And I've got my strips here. I have emptied my 2 packs of Sunkissed ephemera. One of them was floral ephemera. The other is just various die cuts in different shapes. I've emptied them into the bowl, and so I'll kind of pick from that as we go along. I'm also committed for every layout this month, not only to use my How to Kill a Kit with Style kit, but this is a tray of junk. It's a junk tray that's kind of separated by type, left over from Calvinball, from the stuff I had on my desk at Calvinball. So my commitment is on every layout, I'm going to use at least one piece of something. So I kind of like this black and white label, and I may want to find something else. I don't know when I'll be ready to use something that says these are the best days, because I'm not there yet, folks. Okay, so and my background paper is a sheet of Sunkissed called Good Vibrations, and it has this beautiful stripe on the other side, and I almost hate to use that, but I have another excuse me, kit I have a kit coming from Secret Not Secret that should have 2 sheets of this in it. So I'm going to go ahead and use this ombre side. The original used craft paper, and they did some mixed media. I'm going to simplify things. I'm going to do the strips of paper, the mats behind the photo, the squares, maybe some embellishments on the squares, 2 clusters of primarily floral, a title, and not a whole lot else. A doily. I also have a small doily. So I'm going to get started. And I had intended to cut this off. The photo I'm doing is one that was taken a week ago, Wednesday, when I got my second COVID jab. And I filtered it. Oh, I also have these cute puffy stickers that were kind of part of this mess that was left over from Calvinball, and I'm probably going to use some of that. First thing I did, well, okay, let me just kind of say, I filtered the photo. Let me see if I can, someone asked me if I could show the original when I do the filter, and in this case, I actually printed the original, but I can't find it, so it may be around here somewhere. And before the video, oh, here it is. Okay, so this is what the photo looked like. It's a selfie that I took while I was sitting in the waiting room after I had gotten the shot, while they observed me to see if I was going to have a bad reaction. And so I ran it through a filter, and I actually thought about maybe using the 2 of them together on a page, but I nixed that idea and decided to go with the filtered one. And I did what the original did here. I matted it, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and the mats aren't all the same thickness. I made the floral mat a lot thicker, which I think really kind of brings out a lot of the colors in the photo. Okay, again, I'm hitting this thing. I'm gonna have to just start standing up for my videos. Let me check the camera to make sure that didn't completely reset everything. I am gonna stand during this. This one shouldn't be so long that I can't do that. Okay, so the first thing I wanna do is kind of set the photos. The squares, I know are going to kind of go over here. I'm not quite sure what order they'll go in. And I just hit the thing with my arm, and I'm not sure what. I'm going to move that one over there. Put that up there. This here. I don't want to use, I'm going to put this maybe right there. And this down here, and this here. So let's say that that's where I'm going to do those. I want to do these guys, and I'm going to do something I've never done before. I cut these different widths, and the reason I did that is that, there were varying pieces, undisturbed pieces left on the page after I had cut squares and mats out. So I'm going to do this one. I layered them on top of each other, and I want to get, usually I don't care, but in this case, I want to get the same angle on my banner. Let me get that back lined up there. And they should be approximately the same. Now, if I had a larger photo, I would probably, let's see, did I want to use, I'm going to use that side, I think. I would probably do, cut them and use, you know, half up at the top and half down at the bottom. But let me kind of do it that way, I think. So I'm going to put this one down. here. And this one's going to go a little, this one will probably be kind of right there, a tiny bit higher, and the other one's going to be a lot higher. Okay. Let's see if that works. It does. And then I'm going to lay that across there. It's already fairly thick, but I think I'm going to, I'm committed to doing those corner clusters. And I think they'll, you know, some will tuck under, and some will tuck over. And what I kind of thought would be nice is if I did this and then I had some flowers clustered over that rainbow, which is why I want to put the rainbow there. So let me put the rainbow where I want it, and then I'll space everything else with respect to that. And one of the things I liked about the original was that the all of the squares were matted, and I didn't feel like taking the time. This was going to be my quickie layout example, my quickie scrapping job, and I'm just eyeballing these things. At first I thought I might not want to use this teal because it's so similar to the background, but I thought it adds texture. It has a kind of a pattern to it, and I don't have to have all the brights. Okay, let's see. Do I want these stripes? The stripes run horizontally on there, so I think I'm going to run them vertically here. And the clouds there. And yeah, those colors are similar, but I'm not going to overthink that. And one thing that I forgot to do was place this under here. So let me cut it, put some adhesive on it, and see if I can make it work like that. Okay, that worked. Okay, so it's stuck to up above. Now, one of the things I want to add to the embellishments is this COVID Conqueror. It's a sticker that they gave me, and on the back of it they wrote the time that I was permitted to leave. I have had anaphylactic reactions to medications before, an antibiotic, like, I don't know, 35, 40 years ago. And so they make me stick around for 30 minutes instead of 15. So I thought I'd put this somewhere, possibly on one of the, this area that isn't going to be embellished. And I'm going to put my title across here using these letters. So since I frequently run out of space, I thought I'd go ahead and put it on there. Actually, I may put it across here. Nah, I don't think so. I'm gonna use, I will bridge the photo though. I'm going to call it jab, just for the hell of it. And I like adding the gold color to that. Now I may be sorry I'm not putting additional adhesive on this chipboard, but it's there's only one, and it's pink, and I've already used pink in there, but that's okay. I'm gonna do that. Now I'm gonna go through these embellishments, and for this I am gonna sit down and I will try not to ram into things. Oh, what I was gonna say was I really liked that her squares were all matted. So I'm not gonna do that, but I will create some depth and interest maybe by outlining them in white ink. And to answer your question, my white ink is a Uniball Signo. It's UM153, which is kind of a medium point, not a fine point. The ink flows better in those, in a little bit broader point. And I have found these pens to be ideal. I have 3 of them working now, or in use now in different places, and they're I'm running out in a couple of them, and they're a little less trustworthy than this one that I'm using right now because it is relatively full. I'm getting ready to order some more. I discovered this pen after much frustration with many different brands. When Alice Bowl gave them as a retreat gift at one of the Scrap Happy family reunions, the first one that I ever attended, which was in San Diego. An incredible trip for a variety of reasons, but also because, now see, did it again. I touched that thing again. Okay, let's do the flowers and get this show on the road. One of the things I thought I might want to do is a palm tree, but I think I'm just going to go with flowers just to make it. I don't want to overthink this. I've got, the reason I was going to do a palm tree, and of course there has to be a reason. Actually, palm trees require no reason. The reason I was thinking of doing one is that it's going to allow me to travel, having this second jab. And the first place I'm going to travel is Margaritaville in Pensacola, Florida. I am going to use it. And it's a trip with the girls, Katie, Ava, and Allie, to go see my sister in Louisiana. And let's see, I need to be sure that I have it over far enough that I don't, let me do it this way. And then I'll layer some flowers. Okay, there we go. And I'm gonna do this flower up here, kind of overlapping the photo. And then I thought I'd put this leaf cluster kind of along with it, and it can overlap that. So not gonna overthink it, as I said, but I'll think about it a little. I'm kind of inserting it in the, okay, there. And then I'm gonna do another flower down here. This one right there, and I'll let it overlap that exclamation point. Okay, that's there. And then let me repeat that same color down here. I'm kind of covering up the doily. Let's see. I think I may cut this one in half, and I will use this little sprig right here to kind of I'm going to do that, and I'm probably going to use both halves of that. Let me burnish that in, make sure that stays down. Get this just kind of tucking it in there, and I'm going to let this, okay, I haven't put the adhesive in exactly the right place to stick on the things that I needed to stick on. Okay, there. And then I've got this, which I thought could kind of, nah, don't like that. Don't really like that. Maybe like this. And I'll lift this leaf up and let it come over the paper there. That is really the wrong color. I'm going to change my mind again, and I'm going to go with, oh gosh, let's see. I like that blue color here. And of course, the first part of it was quick, and the second part of it is going to be tedious because that's just what I do. I like this here because it really contrasts nicely with this blue. And I'm going to go ahead and leave this little sprig right here, or do I want to do that? I'll tell you what I would rather do. I'd rather go with this blue, and it has its own kind of little leaf sprig there, and I'm gonna stick it right under there. And I've got this leaf sprig that I thought I might use, but I'm not going to. So I'll put all these away. Now I'm gonna go in here, and I've got, Today's the Day is one of my little sticky, puffy sticker sentiments, and that works. There's another one that says Details of Life, and that's kind of what COVID vaccines are these days, kind of details of life. And I've got this little strip of numbers that I thought might be cute right there. And there's a days left thing right here. I'm gonna maybe, now let me put it down. I like it better up here. Days left, and I'm actually going to write in black 14 till I'm safe to go. Okay, and I will add some journaling about getting the second jab. I'm going to add some of these little hearts. This black and white one up here I thought would look cute with this hot pink one. I'm going to do 3 groups of 2. And I'll put this set on there. And I have some little stars that I can add to make my trio of things. There's a star there. Here's a hot pink star for down here. Get that straight. And then there is a little check mark right here, which is appropriate because I can check off that I've done my second vaccine. So it's done. It's finished. I love the colors, but that's because I picked out the kit. I think it's a reasonable translation of Kelsey's, and I congratulate her, and I think it's wonderful, and I can't wait to have that many followers myself. I'm just blown away that I have recently crossed 1,000, so I thank you all for that. I'm going to add a little bit of white ink. Maybe add it to that square and to this blue square and to the gold. Okay, so that's not exactly the same quality of mixed media in Kelsey's, but I think it'll work. Oh my gosh, I've done it again. I'm so sorry. I need to fix that, and I just haven't done it. So, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week for another challenge accepted with Shannon. She and I are both doing the hop for Kelsey's subscribers this week, and we're doing another sketch picked by Nick next week. So thanks for watching. Bye.